Ladies over 60, listen up. If your legs feel weak, tired, or wobbly, you might just be missing 3 simple vitamins. I'm telling you, these nutrients changed how I walk, how I move, and even how I feel in the mornings. Stick around to the end, because I'll also share the biggest mistake I was making that nearly ruined my balance, and you might be doing it too. Now, hit that like button, leave a comment telling me if you ever struggle with leg weakness, and subscribe for more real senior advice from a woman who's been through it all. Part 1. My wake-up call, the day my legs failed me. I never thought I'd be the type of woman who struggled to get out of bed. But one chilly morning, I swung my legs over the side like I always do, and I nearly collapsed. My knees buckled, and I had to sit right back down on the mattress. It scared me more than I care to admit. Now, let me tell you, this wasn't some dramatic movie moment. It was quiet, subtle, but deeply personal. It made me feel helpless, and that's something no woman wants to feel, especially one who's raised a family, worked hard, and lived a full life. I sat there in my robe thinking, what happened to me? Just a few years ago, I was climbing stairs, dancing at weddings, walking through markets. But now I avoided steps, leaned hard on railings, and even started timing my outings to avoid walking too much. At first, I blamed arthritis. Then I thought, maybe this is just what aging feels like. But deep down, I knew something was off. It wasn't just stiffness. It was weakness, fatigue, that feeling like your legs just give out no matter how rested you feel. That moment became my turning point. I decided to stop accepting weakness as my new normal. I wasn't ready to give up gardening, chasing my grandkids, or walking down the beach with my shoes in my hand. I started reading, asking questions, and listening to my body. And what I discovered shocked me. The missing pieces were in my nutrition, especially 3 overlooked vitamins. These weren't just optional supplements. They were the very things keeping my legs from working like they used to. And I was completely deficient. Part 2, vitamin D, the sunshine strengthener. Now, let me tell you about vitamin D, the one I overlooked the most. I used to think, I'm outside all the time. Surely I get enough sun. I garden. I walk. I even sit on the porch with my tea every morning. But what I didn't know was that as we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing and converting sunlight into usable vitamin D. And I was paying the price for it. Here's the truth. Vitamin D is not just about bones. It's absolutely essential for muscle strength and function, especially in the legs. Studies have shown that low vitamin D levels are directly linked to muscle weakness and increased falls in older adults. When your vitamin D is low, your muscles don't respond the way they should. You may feel wobbly, tired, or unable to get up from a chair without pushing off with your arms. That was me. I didn't even realize how many little habits I had formed to compensate for my legs feeling weaker. Using countertops for balance, avoiding uneven ground, even hesitating at curbs. Once I started taking a vitamin D3 supplement daily after checking with my doctor, the change didn't happen overnight, but it did happen. Within a few weeks, my legs started to feel more dependable. My strength was coming back, especially in my thighs and hips. I didn't dread stairs. I stopped holding onto the walls as much. I felt steadier, like my legs belonged to me again. And here's something I didn't expect. My mood lifted. Turns out, vitamin D plays a role in emotional health too. Who knew? So ladies, please don't just assume your time in the sun is enough. Get your levels checked. Ask your doctor about the right dosage for you. And if you're not taking D3, yet you might be leaving your leg strength and your independence to chance. Part 3, vitamin B12, the energy igniter for your legs. The second vitamin that changed everything for me is vitamin B12, and oh boy, if I had known about this one earlier, I would have saved myself a lot of discomfort. See, B12 is one of those nutrients you don't really hear much about until something starts going wrong. And for me, it started subtly. I had this odd tingling in my feet, like pins and needles that never quite went away. Sometimes my legs felt heavy, like I was walking through water. And my balance, don't get me started. I'd lose my footing for no reason at all, even on flat surfaces. I later learned that vitamin B12 is critical for nerve health and muscle coordination. Without enough B12, your brain and muscles can't communicate properly. And guess which muscles are the largest and most demanding in your body? That's right, your legs. And here's the real kicker. As we age, our stomachs produce less stomach acid, which makes it harder to absorb B12 from food. So even if you're eating eggs, dairy, or meat, you might still be low. I was. Once I added a methylated B12 supplement, that's the kind that's more bioavailable for older adults, the results were incredible. That weird tingling in my calves started to ease. My foot control improved. No more dragging my toes or misjudging steps. And best of all, I had more stamina. I could stand longer in the kitchen, finish a walk without stopping to rest, and get through the day without my legs screaming for a nap. And let's be honest, energy is everything when you're over 60. If your legs don't have it, the rest of you suffers. So if you've been feeling off balance, tired in your lower body, or experiencing odd nerve sensations, don't just chalk it up to aging. Ask your doctor about B12 deficiency. It's common, it's sneaky, and thankfully, it's fixable. Part 4. Magnesium, the muscle magic mineral. Now, let's talk about one of the most underrated, but absolutely essential minerals for women over 60, magnesium. Now, I'll be honest, I had no idea what magnesium really did until I started experiencing leg cramps, so bad they would wake me up in the middle of the night. I'd shoot straight up out of bed, like I'd been electrocuted, clutching my calf or foot, trying to massage out this awful, stabbing pain. Sound familiar? Turns out, magnesium is the mineral that keeps your muscles functioning properly, allowing them to contract and relax. Without enough of it, your muscles, especially the big ones in your legs, can stiffen up, cramp, spasm, and just feel like concrete. And here's the shocker. Most older women are magnesium deficient, even if we eat relatively healthy. Why? Because modern soil is depleted of magnesium and processed foods strip it out completely. Add to that some of the medications we often take, like diuretics, blood pressure pills, or antacids, and it's no wonder we're running low. After a bit of research and a long talk with a very patient pharmacist, I decided to try magnesium glycinate, one of the gentler forms that's easy on the stomach and absorbs well. I started with a small dose at night, and within the first week, those awful night cramps, practically gone. But that wasn't all. Over the next month, my legs started to feel more relaxed, less twitchy, less heavy. I wasn't stretching them in strange ways during dinner just to relieve that tight feeling anymore. And an added bonus? I slept like a rock. Magnesium also helps regulate sleep, something no one told me until I started taking it myself. Another thing I noticed was my recovery improved. When I did some basic leg exercises, I didn't feel as sore or worn out the next day. My muscles bounced back faster, and that gave me the confidence to keep moving, which is key. So if you're getting cramps, muscle aches, stiffness, or poor sleep, magnesium might just be your missing puzzle piece. And like I always say, it's better to restore what your body's lacking naturally than to rely on more pills to cover up the symptoms. Part 5. The secret mistake that weakened my legs, and might be weakening yours too. Now, here's where it gets a little uncomfortable, because I realized I had been making a huge mistake for years, and I didn't even know it. You see, once I started taking vitamin D, B12, and magnesium, I expected miracles. I figured, okay, I'm fueling my body now, the strength should just come back. But after about a month, while I did feel better, I still wasn't where I wanted to be. My legs weren't as strong as I had hoped. I was still hesitating when stepping off the curb. I still got tired after walking too long. And I started thinking, what's missing? And then it hit me. I was taking in the right fuel, but I wasn't using it. Let me explain. You can have all the right vitamins and minerals in your system, but if you're not moving your legs, your body won't send those nutrients where they're needed most. Muscles stay strong through use, even gentle, low-impact use. If you don't engage them, they shrink no matter what supplements you're taking. That realization changed everything. I didn't need to become a gym rat or buy fancy home equipment. I just needed to move with purpose every single day. So I created a little daily routine, nothing fancy. Here's what I started doing. Calf raises while brushing my teeth. Up and down 10 times. Sit to stands from my dining chair 10 times, no hands. Marching in place during the ads on TV, 2 minutes at a time. These little things done consistently signaled to my body, hey, we're still using these legs. Send help here. And that's when the real magic started to happen. The vitamins kicked in more powerfully, my balance improved, and I started walking longer distances without even thinking about it. So, the big mistake, relying on supplements alone. You must move, not in a punishing, exhausting way, just with small, intentional habits that keep your legs alive and active. Trust me, your body will respond if you give it a reason to.